to crochet the broomstick lace stitch. For this stitch you will need a crochet hook. Special thanks to our sponsor Skacel for providing today's hooks. Today we are using their Addy Swing ergonomic crochet hooks in size USL 8mm. And a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Imperial Yarn for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their natural twist line in the color Charcoal Natural. For this stitch you'll need to know the following techniques: chain stitch, single crochet. To begin this stitch you must create a foundation chain in multiples of 5. Row 1. The first thing we're going to do is take this stitch that's on our hook and we're going to pull out some additional slack to give ourselves a nice big loop. And we're going to place this big loop on our broomstick, or in this case we're going to use another cylindrical tube. You can use lots of different things for this if you wanted to. You could use a toilet paper roll, you could use a piece of scrap PVC pipe, but I happen to have a size 50 knitting needle here, and you can get these at your local big box store or online. They're pretty cheap actually. They're just made of plastic and they're really big, and they're called speed sticks often. So what we're going to do here is we're going to place the loop onto our needle and tighten that down. Now we don't want it to be super tight, but we want it to be snug. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is insert our hook into the next chain stitch here, and we're going to draw through another loop. Okay, so we're going to get nice and big loop, and then we'll place that onto our needle and tighten that down. Okay, so now we've got 2 loops, and we're going to be doing this for every single chain stitch across this entire row. So we'll just insert our hook, draw the yarn through, and then place that on our needle. And we want to make sure that we're going the same direction when we're placing the loop on our hook or on our needle, because if you twist the stitches then it could affect the way that it looks in the end. As long as you're consistent, it doesn't really matter which direction you twist it. Row 2. After we've turned our work, we're going to start working these stitches that we've placed onto our big needle here, or your broomstick, depending on what you're using. Now there's a couple ways that you can do this, but I prefer to take these stitches off of the needle before I start to work them. So we're going to work these in groups of 5. And what we'll do is we're going to insert our hook into the first of the 5 stitches that we've taken off here. So actually probably the 5th if we count this as the first. So we're going to come all the way through the stitches and we're going to yarn over on our hook and draw through all 5 stitches. Okay, now what we're going to do is do a chain stitch to fasten that off, and we're going to work 5 single crochets into this loop that we've created here. So we'll just draw through, yarn over, and draw through both. So that's 1. Then we're going to insert our hook, draw through, yarn over and draw through both. That's 2. Insert and draw through, yarn over, draw through 2. That's 3. 4. And 5. Okay, so then we can just spread these out a little bit to give ourselves a little bit more even. And we've created our lace stitch here, which has this kind of cool swooping action to it along the sides. So now we'll do the same thing on the next set of 5 stitches. So we'll take 5 more off. We're going to bring our hook around to the back. Remember, we're going from in the front. We don't want to come this direction. We're going to go through the back, yarn over, and draw through all of our stitches. And this time we're just going to work our single crochet as we normally would. Since we've already got 2 loops on our hook, just make sure that that's fairly tight. And you don't have to keep these loops on your needle. They're not gonna go anywhere. So if that's getting in your way, you can just set it off to the side. Okay, so we've just done 1, and we want a total of 5. So we're going to go into there and work 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we'll just continue doing this for each set of 5 loops across the entire row, and then we'll turn our work. Alright, so we've turned our work here, and we're going to repeat row 1, and I'm just going to show you how this works going from the loop that we've done here. We've turned our work, and this time I'm going to use our toilet paper roll, which is a little bit bigger. Obviously our stitches aren't going to move across this as easily as the others. Now for this, we want to go through the back loop when we're picking up our stitches. And we'll draw through and place our extended loop onto our toilet paper roll. And this loop here is actually a lot bigger in diameter, so we are going to have a bigger hole on this row. So the diameter of your cylinder that you're using to create this is going to determine how big your hole is. Now, it doesn't have to be circular. That's just kind of tradition. But you could use a ruler or another flat piece if you wanted to. It would still create the big loop that you're looking for. Alright, so we just repeat row 1 all the way across. And we'll repeat rows 1 and 2 until you've reached your desired length. And that's how you crochet broomstick lace. Want more New Stitch a Day? Check out our website at newstitchaday.com.